Yo, this is the Ancient Texan. That little pause, in case you're YouTube, you know that I tried to turn and look at the pond. If you're a podcast listener, then probably didn't sound like anything. Well, I think I've kind of modified my gun control position a little, not a whole lot. I've learned since I did the last podcast that California has like 8 gun deaths compared to 13 or 15 or something per 100,000 people or something like that. Still high compared to the rest of the world, but quite a bit lower than the U.S. average. What they've done is just keep passing a series of laws, and it's kind of like an experiment. They try one thing to see if it works. They also have research into gun violence. They keep data. Wow, what a concept. They apply scientific principle and study it. National Rifle Association actually had a law passed in Congress that makes it illegal to do research on gun violence. That makes me seriously question their intentions. That's like, the truth shall set you free, and we're not going to let you see the truth. That is a serious indictment against the National Rifle Association and the Republicans. I just had a Ryan 7, if you can't tell. So, California does research. They pass laws. They kind of see what kind of effect it has. Cancel laws, pass new laws. Like they're trying to find a solution to reducing gun violence. That sounds to me like a really reasonable approach. I think I kind of stick with my original position that we have so many guns in America, and it's so easy to get your hands on a gun that it's hard to do anything that makes any difference. You know, closing loopholes to make sure that everybody has a background check before you buy a gun would be nice. Seems like that'd be an honest approach. It seems like doing research on gun violence would be an honest approach. Of course, you always have to guard for bias, because that's the kind of subject that it's easy to be biased on. But still sounds like a noble cause. Pulling it off may be difficult, but it's still a noble cause. See, an honest approach to a problem, to life, to relationships, to policy, to the American way of life is really important. And honesty requires some trust on both sides, which we don't have, so that makes it really tough. It's kind of catch-22. If we were honest, we'd have trust on both sides. And if we had trust on both sides, it would be easier to be honest. But I think you got to get out there and just be honest. Be careful with your words. Don't exaggerate stuff. Don't use superlatives. and go crazy with your words and accuse the other side of anything that sounds like you know their intentions when you don't. I've probably violated that rule some in this podcast already. But that's because I'm human. Still working on it. Still a work in progress after 74 years. Let's take another look at the pond. Got somebody waving at me.